Chef Ryan Pose has been in that kitchen, y'all, whipping up something real nice with that salary cap flexibility. Keep it locked so we can talk about it. What's going on, everybody, and welcome back, everybody, to CHI Go Bears. And with me once again is my dog, D Snow from the Go. And today, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like y'all to meet my other dog, Just Fans EJ.
Yes,
And
sir.
ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into how Ryan Poles got the cooking with this salary cap, and we're gonna talk about these guys and how they fit these new additions. But before we get into that, EJ, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm good. I just left a defensive meeting with my fellow defensive coaches, high school coaching staff that I'm a part of, man. And so I'm ready to talk some football. Let's go.
Yes, sir. Let's get it. Yes,
Bear
sir.
down.
How about you, D?
Oh man, hey, the new age of the Chicago Bears fan. Like, man, hey, the bandwagon is getting real big. Y'all might as well jump on now because as y'all can see, hey, my man, not only is he cooking, it tastes good too. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
It
that's
tastes
that
good.
good gumbo. That
Because
good
it's one
gumbo.
it's one thing to cook, but it's another thing when it tastes good. So it's looking real good. I mean, we even got some haters and some jealousy going on. So hey, I'm loving it.
Oh
People are
yeah.
jealous of the Bears. Think of that.
Yeah. Matter of fact, don't go ahead and start there. Let's get into that. Talk about it. I know you're itching to. Go on, get into that.
I mean, so hey, if you've been sleeping under a rock, or you've been lost in the Stephen A. and LeBron James stuff, you might have missed a little quick clip from a podcast where well, how you say his name? I'm a Harry
I'm,
Carey of
I'm in
this.
Ross.
Yeah, because
I'm in Ross St.
hey,
Brown.
I would chop that name up. But yeah,
Yeah, the St.
the
Brown Brothers
the the
podcast.
Detroit Lions number one wide receiver is what we're gonna call him. So basically, he had a lot to say, and I think he kind of blew his top a little bit. He said, in his exact words, it's like they have like fucking unlimited money.
Yeah,
Like that was pretty funny to see these guys not only you
feels
know
good.
throwing shots at the Bears, being a little jealous, but also you could tell they miss Ben Johnson. These guys aren't happy that Ben Johnson left and went to their rival Bears. They're not too happy about that, and I love it. Because for once we can finally getting us a little against somebody. So I'm
Yeah,
excited to see what this is going to bring because we used to kick the Lions' butt, so we need to get back to what it used to be.
100%, one hundred
Yes,
percent.
sir.
But aside from that, just real quick, and we ain't gonna be with y'all long, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure y'all heard all of the information, but we appreciate y'all rocking with us. So please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Help us out. But today is the official day, the first day of free agency. So guys officially signed their deals today, and some details came out about the cap hits for some of our Bears free agent signings. And I don't know about you guys, but while everything was going on Monday, one of the things after the signing of Dio Odangbo, I kind of figured they were out, and then the Grady Jerry signing hit, and it was like, oh, I didn't even know they had the money for that. How did this
Yeah.
happen? So now that the numbers have hit today, Ryan Poles actually he pulled a nice little move.
Yeah, great job.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Deo Odangbo, and I forgive me, I don't have the exact numbers up in front of me, but Deo Odangbo, he's only getting 8 million in the first year, or his salary cap hit. So that gave them a lot more flexibility that allowed them to go ahead and bring in Grady Jarrett, and not only that, and Grady Jarrett and Durham Smythe, those are the only two whose numbers aren't in yet, so I can't give the official Bears cap number, but now they still I said the other day that they only had about 10 million or less to spend, but they actually got just under 20 according to Spotrac.
Yeah.
Now still a big chunk of that has got to go to the rookies, and I'm sure they're still done with any big moves, but they might still be able to get some cheaper veteran deals now. But I'm sure a lot of that is going to take place after the draft.
Of
I
course.
think now Ryan Poles' main focus is going to be the draft. All of the pro days are coming up, and we
Yeah.
definitely going to get into those as they happen this week. But I just like the flexibility and how he worked.
Of course.
How do you guys feel about that? Did you guys notice anything different about that, or what's your thoughts?
I'll
I
go
love it.
first. Let me go first because y'all the smart guys. Y'all been looking at the actual numbers and seeing who else got numbers left. So let me jump in there, just give my little taste. Then I'm gonna let you finish it off with all the knowledge, bro, if you don't mind. Thank you, my brother, because you was finna jump in there crazy. So look, what I want to say is I'm happy to see what's going on, but the big thing I noticed that ain't none of us talked about, we haven't seen a lot of cuts. It's gonna be some battling going on in training camp because once you bring in the rookies, plus you already got these other guys that are locked in. I can't wait to see what he actually has planned with all of this that's going on. But I mean, like you said, I mean, he's creating. It's magic out there. It's like he got a top hat and a rabbit,
Yeah.
you know. So I am excited to see it. But I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Now
You're
give us
fine.
that knowledge that we all love to hear from a real football guy.
So look, I love the fact that Ryan Poles is not married. So he kind of divorced, not kind of, he divorced his previous moves outside of Caleb Williams, right? So it's
Yeah,
like when it bringing in Ben Johnson, think about what the Bears did. They brought in the big fish.
yeah,
Like, let's not make a secret about it. The guy that everyone wanted as the head coach, the number one guy in head coaching free agency, he brought that guy in. Then he went out and got a veteran, right, all pro guard from that has Super Bowl experience, right? Then he went out and got another guard that was with the Rams, but was with him previously and who had his best years under Ben Johnson, right?
mm,
Or with Ben Johnson in Detroit, right? Then he turned around and got another All Pro from Atlanta, right? A center.
the biggest
So
fish.
so he went in and solidified the interior offensive line, right? So
Yeah,
Caleb Williams was the most sacked quarterback in the NFL last year. So now he brought in guys that not only are big bodies with experience, but this is what they are going to allow that Bears offense to do now. They have guys who know the fundamentals of how to call and set protections. So it takes away some of the thinking from Caleb. So Caleb can go out and be the dynamic quarterback that the Bears drafted him to be. So that's what I love that Ryan Poles said at the end of the day, look, I got Darnell Wright in place, right? Now people may still be giving up Dexter Jones, right? A little bit of flack on,
Javon,
I'm sorry,
Javon Dexter. Yeah.
Javon Dexter. I'm sorry, Javon Dexter at the other tackle. However, think about it now with the solidification of the offensive line and the defensive line. So they solidified the trenches, right? They can go out, and I know John, you and I talked about this off the air a little bit, right? They could go out and and draft the best possible player on their draft board. So
that's what we
now
said. Yeah,
you can bring in a
I
left
love that.
tackle. You can
I
bring in
love that.
a left tackle, right? You can bring in a defensive end, right, from the draft. You can go get a running back. If you feel like the running back is you need a game changer, you need a guy we can put the ball in his hand, right, and can make a dynamic play for us, you can bring that in. They have flexibility, and that's what I love. But it started in the trenches, and I love that he did his homework. He got a experienced defensive coordinator who used to be a head coach, and you got Ben Johnson. So that gumbo that
Yeah,
Ben Johnson cooking, you got to give props to. That Ryan Poles is cooking. You got to give props to the head coach / offensive because we know he really called the offense, but
No
the
doubt.
head
No
coach
doubt.
and the defensive coordinator of the Bears, because you better believe that he listened to his head coach and his defensive coordinator who used to be a head coach.
facts,
No doubt. No doubt. And
facts.
I'm
I
I'm
love it.
glad you ended that on the defensive side of the ball because as a defensive coach yourself, talk to us a little bit about the fit in Dennis Allen's system for a Dale Odangbo and a Grady Jarrett.
So I'll make this quick, fellas. Odeo is long, right? He's tall. He's long. So people are alarmed about the sack numbers, right? But I believe he had, what was the number, John? Was it 50, 42 or 52?
The pressures, 43 pressures or
42,
something?
43. He knows how to get to the quarterback at the end of the day, right? So with more help in the interior, with the interior side, look, Allen loves to blitz. He loves exotic blitzes. He was a DB by trade, right? So on the back end, he values the back end. So a lot of the blitzes he's going to be doing, a lot of his sub packages. So Adeo is going to get to the quarterback, and I believe he is going to finish. But now you also added help, experienced help in the interior, right? And you can still slide down your other end. You can slide them inside. So now we can go out and draft another defensive end, right? So I love it. I love it. It's a to me, it was a perfect fit, and I believe that the other options wanted to go other places, so that's why they pulled the trigger on Odeo.
Okay, I could dig that. And man, you talk about other options. Just a quick little look around the NFC North. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the Minnesota Vikings have added Jared Allen and Javon Hargrave.
Man,
like two studs in the middle. So definitely glad we reworked that interior.
Right, they paid attention. They paid attention. They said, "Look, they said, okay,
we the
Bears,
black and blue division again. It's going down.
You're not the only ones that they can beef up."
Absolutely.
Think about it. Every team in the NFC North has a feature back now. Think about that. If you look at everybody's team, they all have a guy that they can get a ball to and say, "All right, go get it." We got to have that. We got to have that if we want our quarterback to be able to stand up, and you want that play action to work. You want him to be able to use those legs and get those dynamic plays like we've seen the Pat Mahomes and the Lamar Jacksons do. You got to have a running back that can also offset that, so you can run other plays and kind of football is all about catching the defense off guard, as a defensive guy could tell us, because most of the time. I mean, and it's funny, like, if you ever play Madden with a guy that really plays football, you'll never beat him, bro. Bro, you like, how do you know my plays, bro? It be, bro, you throw your controller. Because you like, bro, how do you know? Oh, when you do this, is that. When you do this, you're like, what? Like, how do you know when I move this guy? So, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. We got a lot going on, like you said. And I said this the other day. We could go after the best guy available. So if it's Abdul, we gonna snatch him. If it's GT, maybe we can snatch him. But I'm excited to see what we gonna do. Hey, the draft is only about a month and a half away. About a month and a half.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Exactly.
Yes, sir.
I have no doubts we'll get a running back in the draft.
Do you think we're getting the running back according to a lot of people?
I think
What's you guys' thoughts on that?
If he's there, yes, I do.
Yes, sir.
But I don't know that he's gonna be there. That's what I'm wondering.
From what we've seen with Pose, he'll take that number 10 pick. He'll wrap that up with a 27 or a 28 or something. Hey, I'm just putting it out there. We've seen him.
Yes, I don't doubt that, but I don't know that that's wise. And I'm kind of glad Ian Cunningham is still around, because I don't know if you saw last year, he thought about moving up to get Rome, and his right hand man Ian Cunningham was like, "Let's just hold tight and let it fall to us." And Rome fell to him, and he didn't have to give up anything. So I don't know that I would move up. Matter of fact, it ain't no I don't know. I personally wouldn't trade up for Genty. If he's there, I 100% am okay with them taking him.
Because I thought we had a chance at getting him until they start talking about. Now they talking about Shedeur going in the second round. I thought he was top 10. Like, what's going? Like, that's crazy. Like what they trying to do to that kid.
Quite possibly, but I think worst case scenario would still buy the third round pick. But I think within the second round, they're going to get somebody. Look out for Quinshon Judkins from Ohio State. That's a name that I've been looking at. And I know for a fact that they've been looking at, because Eddie George, when they interviewed Eddie George said that they asked him about Judkins and what did he think about them. So yeah, they got that nice running back duo over there, and so he's used to running with a tandem, and a smash mouth guy like him will look good next to DeAndre Swift, and you can have that hammer
and tell me this: when are we eventually going? When are we going to get what we always have had? one of those star middle linebackers, man. I miss having a guy running around, man. I miss a Lance Briggs, a Urlacher, a
But see,
Singletary.
Well,
Like
they tried to pull it with Tremaine Edmonds. He just hasn't fully lived up to the hype. But
but I would say this too
he's
to that. To that, I would say, let's watch Allen Cook, right? He's known for his exotic blitzes, and I believe that Allen was very strategic in picking the Bears. He know the personnel, right?
okay,
So I'm
absolutely.
excited to see and how he disguises things and how he uses his backers and some of his exotic blitzes and some of his sub packages. Another
Yeah.
thing that we have to kind of go back to is this on the other side of the ball, right? Is why we have flexibility. We can do a lot. I wouldn't trade up. I would if we needed to, I would trade down because the draft
I would
is
trade
stated
down also.
that we can find, if the Penn State defensive end drop, I'm taking the risk
yeah,
there, right? If Campbell's there, we can take the risk there, right? If we can trade down, there are other backs that we can get, right? While
Not so
shoring
sold
up.
on Campbell,
Yeah,
personally.
I could, I know some people concerned about the arm reach, but this is the part that we got to think about though, right? When the Bears signed Dalman, right? We have, it was a 3-year, $42 million. That's like 28. It's like 28 guaranteed. But because of his age, right, we have someone that could possibly be there for the next 7-8 years.
For the long haul.
He's there for the long haul, right? So with that being said, you lock again. I know the trenches is not sexy, but for the football fans, right?
gotta have it.
We have to understand that this is an off season. I do not want us to be disappointed if we go defensive line in the draft. If we mess around the first 2 picks, D line, O line, right? Or we go,
I ain't mad at it.
or we go get a, or we
You're
go get a,
guaranteed to get an injury on both
And,
sides.
and you know
yeah,
what too, and because of what they did last year, going quarterback, wide receiver like that, I wouldn't be surprised if they did flip it this year because it's important. Like y'all said, you got to have those horses for the trenches. You can't just
facts.
And
depend on one or two guys.
not only that, but Braxton Jones, your starting left tackle, is coming off of a major injury. So we don't know how he's
Right.
going to look. So
Okay,
regardless, you got to have some comp in for him at minimum.
okay.
Yeah. Then you got guys like Mason Graham out there,
That's
if he falls
somebody
to
I
10.
love.
So whether it's O line, D line, whether it's running back, right? I think those are the 3 major needs right now,
Yeah,
right? And if you're looking at that first and second round pick, but then, look, I wouldn't be surprised the Bears trade down because that 10 could be a hot commodity
yeah,
depending on how them quarterbacks fall,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So if you have an opportunity to trade down, you can grab the tight end from Penn State. He's a
Tyler Warren.
dynamic playmaker. So I wouldn't be surprised if we could grab a tight end and grab a D end, or we could grab a combo of another defensive tackle, right? That's a flexibility to be used out on the edge as well with the running back, right? The Bears are in a position to where we don't have to draft need. We can draft the best player on the board. So fans, don't be
Sweet.
disappointed
It's sweet.
if we trade down and we grab an additional first round or we have a late first round and 2 early second round picks. Hey,
I
impose we
want to
trust.
trade down. That would be my preference, honestly. Trade
Keep
down,
getting richer.
Who's
get
your
an
target?
additional second round pick. I'll
Yes,
give you my
yes.
target in a second, but get an
Yes.
additional second round pick because one thing about this draft, if your Mason Grahams are gone, your Abdul Carters, Travis Hunters, Ashton Genty's, if the top tier guys are gone, it's pretty even on talent wise from maybe 10-ish all the
Yeah,
way into the 30s.
of course.
Like you could get the same level of talent. Like that's where if you
Especially if they do
trade
like
back,
last year, and start
yeah,
going offensive crazy. Everybody wanted the quarterback, and all of a sudden you
I
got the best defensive guys in the draft going at the bottom of the first round.
I wouldn't mind trading back into the late teens up until maybe even 20 if I can get at least a 2 back this year. And I would look at guys like a Walter Nolan, a Kenneth Grant, or a Marion Hampton running back out of North Carolina. I'm a huge fan of his. Um, I think there's a lot of value there. The Oregon defensive tackle, Derek Harmon. big fan of his.
Or what about our man Membu, out of Missouri?
He might go before 10. His
Man,
stock has been flying.
Yeah,
high.
but if he drops though,
yeah, that's a good name.
Man,
that's a good
one of these guys that we're talking about is going to drop, and like you said, if he does, Poles is probably going to pull the trigger on the trade. He probably go trade down if one of those guys drop.
Yeah, because I get greedy and get that extra 2, because that's where the value is at this year. It's a lot, them second round picks is more valuable than that 10th pick right now, honestly. Give me an edge rusher like Landon Jackson in the second round. And a lot of people are talking about Shamar Stewart from Texas A&M and the amazing combine he put together. I don't want to discredit that, but Landon Jackson wasn't far behind him, and he's got actual production versus Shamar Stewart's hopeful production.
Now, look, hey, fellas, so this is interesting. So I did some little research, right? And I discovered that Ben Johnson used more 2 tight end sets, right?
Okay.
Than any other team in the NFL last year. So guess what?
Oh, that's a big statement right there.
Hey,
yeah, Warren is a huge possibility.
Man, look, if you get Warren, who's a solidified, he's a certified
that's another deep
playmaker.
Position.
Yes, and it's
that's another deep position in this draft, though. There's
but I wouldn't be surprised if you can now with the because the Bears are going to address the slot because it's pretty much a sure thing that Keenan Allen is gone. Correct? I mean, we can safely assume.
I think he'll find more money elsewhere, unless his number just drops drastically,
right? Or unless he
how
just
old is Keenan Allen?
32, I believe.
And I think, but there's other options. I think there's other options out there. I mean, did Cooper Kupp sign yet?
No.
Not yet. Hey, it was just released today as of this taping right now.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. But with that being said though, if we can pair, think about it, right? Right, having two pass catching tight ends. Man, with that offense, and like you said, Jay, we can grab in day 2, we can grab a running back, a dynamic running back, a speed guy, right? And we can still pick up a vet. Chubbs, injury prone. Some people say it's too much of a risk, right? But if the numbers are right,
I don't need a vet at the running back. Give it to me in the draft. This is the year for it.
No, but what I'm saying is, look, if we can get another position of need, right, and we can draft in day 2 or day 3, draft a dynamic, electric, speedy back, right, bringing in Chubbs on a short deal, and you got 2 tight end studs, and you already solidified that line. The Bears offense is cooking. So
are we giving up on Swift?
But I'm not, and that's what I'm glad you said that, because that's what I was getting ready. That was my rebuttal. Is Swift is going to be there. Swift is going to be there because even if they wanted to cut him, the dead money wouldn't be worth it.
It's not worth.
Swift is going to be there. Okay. But Swift is your speed guy. He's a 4.3 guy. I think this year you're looking for the bruiser. Ashton Jeanty is a bruiser. He's not a burner. He runs through guys. Like you're looking for the David Montgomery this draft.
That Derrick Henry type guy. Wham down, fourth quarter, I'm running you over.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. So we're looking for the banker, the brawler now.
Okay. I'm just saying, because of the moves we made, we got flexibility to where if we don't want to go, let's say we say, you know what, we're going to address the bruiser in free agency, but we're gonna roll the dice with another speed guy later on in the draft, and we're gonna go ahead and take a dynamic tight end, or we're gonna go ahead and take a dynamic game changer defensive end, right? That we have, again, that's the beauty. We're able to have this conversation, right? We're not sitting here like other organizations, like podcasts. Fans podcast that's like, okay, we got to get a quarterback. We got to get a D tackle. We got to get a safety. We got to get a corner. We solidified it. We have room to play. So that's why I love the fact that Ryan Poles was not married to Jenkins. He's not married to previous moves outside of Caleb Williams, and he did some heavy lifting by locking up the second.
You said basically he going to the ball without a date. He's showing up to the draft without a date, like who want to come play with us?
He know he pulling something nice.
Think about it though. People, like I said the other day in the show, the Bears people want to come play in Chicago now. And it used to be that way.
Yeah. That's a great point.
It's become a destination.
That's a great point. I wouldn't be surprised if Keenan Allen said, you know what, man, I'm in the tail end. Hey, man, look, I wouldn't be surprised because he said that if he does not play for the Bears, he named only 2 organizations he wants to go back to where he came from or stay with the Bears. So don't be surprised if Allen say, "Hey man, I'm not going nowhere." I see
I
what they're
wouldn't
doing.
mind that at all. I
I
wouldn't
see
mind that at all.
And the chemistry
At
that
all.
him and Caleb Williams has. That's why all you Bears haters, listen, I understand. I get it. I get it if you're a Packer fan, you're a Vikings fan, right? You can throw dirt. You can throw your shots. The Bears have been irrelevant, right? And last year was a bit of a letdown. But however, listen, we got a new sheriff in town.
We back,
Yes, sir.
baby.
The Bears are back.
Y'all see it?
Yeah.
The Bears are back. Let's just make that
Yeah.
clear. The Bears are back. Bear down,
Yeah.
baby. Bear down.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Just Fans. EJ.
Let's
yes,
go.
sir. So I definitely love it. You could go so many different directions. And
Yeah.
just
Facts.
FYI, Snow, I know you know I'm the nerd with the stats and all of that. So the guys that I was talking about, Marion Hampton, about 5'11", 220. You know, these are big dudes. Or 5'10", 220.
grown
Quinshawn
man.
Still got moves,
Judkins.
though. Yep.
Yeah, and got hands too. Judkins, 6 feet, 219, bruiser.
Mm-hmm.
And then I didn't mention Caleb Johnson, another guy like out of Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
Man, 6'1", 225. That's a damn linebacker. And he ran about a 4.5.
That's a big dude.
Something.
That's a big
Yeah.
dude. Like,
So I'm talking about the big guys in the draft.
Yeah.
Definitely. This is the year
That's
for
gonna
it.
be crazy,
and
man.
One
Let's
thing
get
I
it.
heard about Judkins, and I can't remember what the interview was. If I think about it, I'll mention it in the comments. But they said Judkins, he likes to make contact. He's the type of guy that will grab your face mask and slam you in the dirt.
we
while
need
he's
that
running.
type of dude. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
what we need.
We need identity. You know, and that's what we're looking for now. We're looking for an identity. So, hey, I'm excited.
Absolutely.
Hey, so look, real quick. So since you said that, man, look, see, and that's what I love about this podcast, right? It's not scripted, right? We did a little research because we knowledgeable fans, but
Yeah.
at the end of the day, we talking the top of our head, right? We talking with passion, and I love
Yeah,
it, right?
yeah.
So check this out, John. Listening to you, man, you got me excited as far as this, right? I understand the big bruising back. But let's get that later on. Man, I'm sold. I'm sold on it. Listen to this. Man, again, Ben Johnson attacked a lot of offenses last year out of a 2 tight end set, right? Man, why do we think he's not, right? Why do we think he's not? We have a legit top 10, would you say top 10 tight end right now?
What they
He was
averaging?
mis- he
What
was
they averaging
misused
points
last
last
year,
year?
but yes.
Definitely misused.
What
So
they average? 30 what points a game last year? Well, it was something stupid.
The Lions.
Yeah.
They
I don't
led,
have
I don't know
exact
the
number.
number, but they led the league.
So look, our stud tight end was misused last year, right?
Absolutely.
So watch this though. Just imagine the mismatches. You have a 6'6", 256-pound tight end who caught 104 passes while
Tyler
racking
Warren.
up 1,233 receiving yards, 12 touchdowns. Look, now 8 was receiving and 4 was rushing, and we know how creative Ben Johnson is, right? Think about it, man. The mismatch that can be,
Yeah.
man. I'm kind of, hey,
The Lions averaged
Let's go, Warren.
33.2
Give me-
You
points
can do a
per
lot with
game
that.
last
Let's go.
season. Y'all heard
And
that?
not
Let's
only
go.
that, you want to get real nasty and make this a physical black and blue team.
Bro.
You go
Look.
with Warren and Cole Kmet, both about 6'6", 250.
Nah,
And then you go with the bruising
That's-
running back with that,
Hey.
with this line.
So the
And-
Lions
like you said-
the Lions offense averaged 33.2 points per game last season, including the most 40-point games without turnovers.
man, and John and Caleb Williams didn't have
six picks for the whole season.
right. So he holds on to the ball too long, but that's because he didn't trust the offensive line.
Yeah,
Now
yeah.
we got offensive linemen, veteran offensive linemen. We got one who's familiar with Ben Johnson's system. You have one who's behind the best quarterback in the NFL right now, which is still Patrick Mahomes. Yeah, I know it's debate for later on, right?
And don't
You
forget he started with Tom Brady.
Tom Brady. Yeah.
Yes, and then you have a vet, right? A young vet who's going to be here for 7-8 years, right? Endowment. So with that being said, man, John, you just listed out several running backs that we can still get in the second round.
Yes.
Come on, man.
We
Come on,
already
man.
got
Let's
2
go.
second-round picks.
Stop playing with
Yeah,
us, man.
yeah.
Let's trade if we can find the taker to trade back and get a 3rd second-round pick.
Man, let's go.
I will be the happiest person around. And
Man,
9
let's
times
go.
out of 10, we're gonna live stream during the draft.
Let's
Of course,
go.
yeah,
We're
we
gonna
about to have
live
to.
stream during the
Let's
It's
draft.
gonna be
go.
crazy.
Yeah.
You know he got some. You know he got tricks up his sleeve, so we got to
Man,
be
look-
there for the magic.
Hey, fellas, this time, fellas, listen, the end of the way the Bears season ended, think about it. The way the Bears season ended, we were not anticipating sitting up here being this passionate,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We weren't anticipating being this passionate about the Bears now. Like, we excited, man. Like, we not nervous. We not all alone rebuild. Man, look, let's go. The Bears were, how many games? Look, the Bears should have beat the Packers, right?
Yeah.
They should have beat the Lions twice. They definitely should have beat the Commanders. They should have beat the
Yeah.
Vikings. The
Yeah.
Bears could have won that division. So let's
Yeah.
not pretend like the Bears is a huge drop off.
Coaching and a line.
Yeah.
Hey, coaching and offensive line,
Yep.
we was a different team last season.
And we
Period.
can still say that Caleb Williams, at the end of the day, you can still make an argument that he still may still be the best quarterback next year in that division.
Let's
He
go.
definitely had the most 300-yard
that talk.
games out of all of the quarterbacks last
Come
year.
on, man, let's go.
Hey, why he was running for his life? Let's talk
He was
about
running
it.
for his life. I mean, you can say what you want about the season, and I don't want to knock Jaden Daniels. I love Jaden Daniels. He deserves all the credit he got.
Yes, a certified dog.
Poise.
But,
Hey,
but Caleb
definition of
didn't
poise.
have a bad season.
He did not.
Not at
He
all.
did not.
Not
You
at
know,
all.
he's still rookie record for the yards, touchdowns, and broke an NFL rookie record for the fewest amount of turnovers.
Didn't know that.
I mean, that's
Okay,
a
big.
major thing. 6
that's big.
interceptions for the entirety of the season. That's some Aaron Rodgers type stuff. Early
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers type stuff.
Hey, and that's what I was telling. That's what I was telling like guys. Hey, by the way, got to plug it. Go follow Just Fans Talking Sports on Facebook. Go join it. And pretty soon there will be a podcast dropping soon. So you're gonna get the same energy.
Yes,
you
sir.
know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
let's go.
sir. Yes, sir.
But with all that being said, I've been telling guys on there. I've been telling guys on my job. Right, listen, man, calm down for a second. Right, Peyton Manning did not. We see because of the success of C.J. Stroud and what Jaden Daniels did last year. We put this it's this high ceiling, not ceiling, it's this high expectation that the quarterbacks have to come and be all pros from day one. Look, we have legendary elite quarterbacks, right? Hall of Fame quarterbacks who did not start off at all. Without they didn't have great starts. Peyton Manning, how many interceptions he had? So if we want to go back and compare Caleb Williams' so-called bad or bust year to some legendary Hall of Fame guys and some current guys that's making money right now, who's been bounced around the league, their second and third rodeo, and they finally producing, Caleb Williams is not off to a bad start. So again, let's go.
And
Bear
peep this.
down.
I'm going to tell you one other thing. He got 4,000 combined yards. All purpose, he still passed 4,000. I am a huge Justin Fields fan, and I will follow him to his last day in the league.
Me too.
But he still love you, Just, forever. We love Just forever. That's forever.
Never gave us.
Yeah, we love Just forever.
We never got that. We never got 4,000.
And he didn't get the line. He didn't get the opportunity. Yeah.
So he's already showing himself to be who he's supposed to be. I think the biggest weakness is holding on to the ball too long, like you mentioned. But I think Ben Johnson is the perfect guy to work with him on getting that out. Just now it's about trust in the pocket. Can he learn to trust in the pocket? Because he's going to have one now. So
it's going to be pretty, baby.
I'm ready. Let's go.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Hopefully these guys are hanging out, not waiting for the official, report days. Hopefully they already throwing the ball around, getting that comfortability. Hopefully we got that type of situation going with our quarterback and wide receivers.
Hey, I'm going to close on this note. The reason I'm excited is because, listen, man. Let me get my smooth voice on.
Hit him with the Barry White, baby.
So listen. So you know when you're doing a good job, right? You know you're doing a good job when you got a fan, a born Chicago Bears fan that's in Jacksonville right now. That's not even repping the Jaguars. So we got another born Chicago fan right now, right? That's in Dallas, right? Not thinking about the Cowboys. They, look, listen.
Cal who?
See,
Yeah.
this how it go. When you're married and you got something good at home that take care of you, that rub your feet, that
Talk to
cook
'em.
for you, right? That's faithful, right?
Yes, sir.
Man, that you know that's going stimulate your mind with great conversations that you can travel the world with, read a good book with, watch a movie with, hang out, go kick it, drive slow in the sunset and kick it with, talk about life
Look at
with,
him.
right? You ain't going nowhere.
Ooh-wee.
So Ryan Poles, what you did, man, you got Chicago Bears fans in Texas and Florida like we ain't going nowhere.
Got us falling in love all over again.
Look at
All
look at
over
Pastor
again.
Just fans. Pastor fans.
Let's go.
All right, Pastor fans.
Hey, you know what?
We're gonna have a sermon section for
Now
Pastor
we need
fans.
to pass around that collection plate real
Can the
quick.
church,
Yeah.
can the church of the Bears say amen?
Amen.
Amen.
Hey.
Let's
The
go.
Holy Ghost up in here.
Yeah. I love it.
Yes,
I love
sir.
it. I
Yes,
love
sir.
it. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all drop a like. Please drop a like
Please
for that.
do.
Drop a
Please
like.
do.
Drop a
Drop a
like
like.
for it.
Drop a like.
And get in those comments, ladies and gentlemen. Let us know what y'all thought about the moves that Poles is pulling off. And
Cooking.
what y'all want to see? What y'all want to see happen?
What do you want to see?
Yeah, who y'all want to see brought in on the draft? If y'all got
wanna hear from
some
you.
loyalty of veterans to keep bringing in free agency, let us know what's on
Yes,
your
sir,
mind.
Ski.
Let us know how you're rolling out here. But other than that, guys, anybody else got any closing thoughts, final notes?
Bear down, Chicago Bears.
All right, cut it for the
See y'all on
Chargers.
the next one. Yeah. Hey, we do not own the rights to that music.
That was enough right there.
Hey, you see how I do it every time? I'll stop right after that. Yeah.
I love it.
Yes, sir.
I love it. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, man, I'm your host, John Jay. And I appreciate y'all following through.
Go
Man.
see.
CHI Go Bears.
Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Tell your people about us, man.
See
We
y'all on
out
the
here
next one,
acting
man.
a fool, man. We acting a fool and having some fun. Y'all know this is how y'all get down at the barbershop. We exactly
Sir.
who y'all be talking to.
Come kick it with your cousin them.
Come
You
on,
know?
come
Hey,
on,
tune
y'all.
in. Tune in. Drop them comments below. Let's talk.
Yes, sir.
Let's
Yes,
talk.
sir.
Let's
Absolutely.
talk.
What's y'all best
Absolutely.
move of the offseason so far? You know, what do y'all think? You know, we want to see it. We want to hear. Who do y'all think we should go get in the draft?
Absolutely.
Hey, and in between the episodes, come follow us over at Just Fans Talk with Sports with a Voice of the Fan Matters on Facebook. Hey, let's chop this up and let's get it. We want to hear. We want to hear from you all. Let's go.
Yes, sir.
100%. Absolutely. And on that note, y'all, we love y'all. And we'll catch up with y'all later. Peace.
Tyler Warren.